Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville, Florida is where we're at, ready to bring you one great college football game.
It's time for the coin toss now, presented by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
Both teams are on the field, and we're just about ready to open things up. Excellent kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Now the offense gets ready to take their first crack at it. And they get nice yardage on that run.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Ball on the 29-yard line. Flushed out, and he's going to get sacked.
Boy, I thought the safety did a really good job that time of disguising the blitz before he came. I don't think the quarterback or even the offensive line had any idea that eventually he was sneaking up and eventually coming on the blitz.
Third and 15 coming up. Ball on the 20. Really one of the very tough places to play in college football, and it's no different today. And they got him.
Coaches don't like it when their quarterback gets hit like that. Don't be surprised to see the old coach get on his lineman to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
The sack makes this a 4th and very long. It looks like they're going to go after this punt. And he's taken down at the 49. The quarterback brings his troops out onto the field for the first drive of the game. Nice run up the middle. It's 2nd and 5 here. Ball on the 46. Brought down at the 44-yard line. The running back gets 2 on the carry.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. He's pushed out of bounds at the 18-yard line. The receiver found a hole in the zone and turned it into a first down.
No matter what type of defensive coverage you have, there are always going to be holes. The best thing you can do is make those holes small so the quarterback can't get the ball in there.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. And he carries the ball for a nice gain. After a decent run up the gut. So the halfback gets some decent yards and a first down.
I don't think there's a coach in the world who wouldn't be happy with getting 5 yards of carry.
First down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line. Up the middle for a nice gain. Touchdown, Gators. So they punch it in on the ground, Kirk Herbstreit.
Great job up front by the offensive line. They get a good, strong push that allowed the runner to get it in there for the touchdown.
And he adds the extra point. A 7-play, 52-yard drive. And the result, 7 points.
And Brad, right now, the offensive line just winning the battle in the trenches, opening up some big running lanes.
So our score, 7-0. Florida lines up for the kickoff. From his own goal line. And he has it on the corner. Oh, man, did he take a hit. Florida is loving this crowd support, and they get it week in and week out.
Well, that's one thing they can count on every single time they play in this stadium is creating an environment that's going to allow them to play with an edge on defense. Great start to this game. Now let's see if they can just continue that.
And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. They'll bring him down right around the 26-yard line. From their own 26-yard line, it's second down. He fights forward to about the 29. And this crowd is going absolutely crazy. Complete, brought down, nothing doing. Well, he caught it, but it's almost no yards gained, and now it's fourth down.
Give props to the D here for coming up with a big stop on third down.
He's tackled at the 38. Last drive ended with as good a result as you can hope for, and I'm sure they'd like to replicate that here.
I think the defense right now is just sitting back on their heels. They're allowing the offense to kind of dictate things to them. And the one thing is that any defensive coordinator will tell you in the country, you have to be the one trying to dictate things to the offense. So change it up. Try something different. If it's not working, you can't continue to sit back on your heels.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 39. Florida up 7 points. He's tackled around the 42-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 7.
Fires out to his receiver. And he's tackled around the 44-yard line.
That makes it 4th and 4.
And they're coming after this punter. Booming kick. This punt bounces into the end zone, and this will be a touchback. The Gators are looking downright scary on defense so far, Herbie.
They are flying around as a group right now, completely aware of what this offense is trying to do and dismantling them every single time on every single play.
You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. He gets rid of this one.
You know, when you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you want to do is just to throw the ball into coverage. He got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time, he should just throw it away out of bounds.
From their own 20-yard line, second down. Throws it out, and it falls incomplete.
That brings us 3rd and 10.
The crowd at this stadium, always a factor in a football game. Draw play. He makes it out to maybe the 23-yard line.
That brings us 4th and 7.
He makes it out to maybe the 43-yard line. defense really stepped up to force that 3-and-out on the last drive. Florida is up a score. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. The halfback just couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
From their own 42-yard line, it's 2nd down. Under pressure. Slings it out there incomplete. That'll make it 4th down, and they're going to have to punt.
The defense held their ground on that play. The quarterback just wasn't able to find any open receivers.
They'll bring him down at the 20-yard line. The Gators are smothering the opposition so far today. What's this offense got to do to get off the schneid?
Well, you talk to offensive coordinators about that, and they'll say we've got to find our go-to guy. Who are our players that we know we can count on, and what are the plays that we typically feel the most confident about? That's usually where the offenses tend to go when they're getting shut down.
They give to the tailback. He's taken down around the 19-yard line.
The D-line did a good job of nullifying out the blocks up front, and that allowed the linebacker to roam free and make the tackle in the backfield.
From their own 19-yard line, 2nd down. He might have a chance. Tackle at the 30-yard line.
That'll make it 3rd and 1.
They can't hear a thing down there. Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 34-yard line. 1st down. Tackle made right around the 44-yard line.
The middle linebacker came on a blitz, which can be very disruptive. Sometimes a quarterback will get happy feet when they see that coming, but not this guy. He's very composed and can deliver under a pass rush.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line. Takes it right, and he can't get back to the line. 2-yard loss for the halfback. Zipped it out, and that was almost picked off.
That was a nice play. Anything you can do without being penalized to prevent the offense from moving forward is always a plus.
3rd down now, and they need to get it down to the 34. You expect this every time you're here, and you're never disappointed. This crowd is amazing. Passes to the left, and it's going the other way. And that was just an outstanding pick.
Great play by the defender to high point the ball, but the quarterback wasn't in rhythm on the throw.
From their own 46-yard line. 1st down. Florida is up 7. Throws middle of the tight end. And they make the stop around the 39-yard line. first and 10. Ball on the 39. And he's tackled after positive yardage. Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. And down he goes around the 30-yard line. It's third down, and they're about 2 yards shy of the sticks. They keep it on the ground with a tailback. And he's taken down at the 31-yard line.
That's a loss of 1 yard. That brings us 4th and 3.
This game's already shaping up to be a good one as we head to the second quarter. 7-0, Florida. Welcome back here. We resume action now here in the second quarter. Makes the catch, and the defense is all over him. They bring him down for a loss. So they turn it over on downs, and that's a big boost for this defense.
In a close game like this one, it's big plays like this that can be the deciding factor.
Quarterback couldn't maintain possession on their last drive. Let's see what he does here.
I look for the offense to come out with the same game plan as before. You don't make changes after one play.
Caught, and he's hit immediately. From their own 37-yard line. Second down. And they get him in the backfield for a loss. One of the top stadiums in the nation. This crowd comes to play themselves. Got a man tackled for a loss.
I don't know what game plan this offense is running, but it might need to be reassessed by this coaching staff.
Looking for the corner. Tackle at the 41-yard line. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Florida is up by a touchdown. He's going to try and scramble. And he is drilled at the 40-yard line.
It's a big-time effort sack by the defensive end. I want to also give some credit to the coverage downfield. The end never gave up on the play, but because the quarterback didn't have anywhere to go with the football, it gave the defensive end enough time to eventually chase the quarterback down for that sack.
From their own 40-yard line, it's second down.
Boy, the defense has to be very frustrated there. They did everything. They got to the quarterback. In fact, it looked like they had a chance to bring him down for the sack. And somehow he's able to throw the ball away.
So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. Brought down at the 49-yard line. So they're going to go for it here. He's scrambling. Sacked, and they'll turn it over.
Well, they decided to go for it, but the defense slammed the door on them. That's the definition of coming through when it matters most.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays.
And he tackles him hard at the 33.
A quarterback's best friend is a receiver he can count on to catch the ball every time he drops back to pass.
1st and 10. Ball on the 33. Fires quickly to the fullback. He gets hit out of bounds at the 30. Handoff, and he's met in the backfield.
The object was to sell the pass and then sneak by the defensive line with the run. The problem here was that the quarterback didn't sell the pass very well.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 23. Really one of the very tough places to play in college football, and it's no different today.
And he's level at the 21-yard line. And they pick up the 1st down with a pass to the tight end.
It's easy to forget about the tight end sometimes coming off the line, but you always have to watch this guy because he's certainly capable of making big plays.
Got it. And he goes down quickly. They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. They hand it off again, and they'll bring him down behind the line. Throws it, watch out. Oh, almost had a pick. So it's 4th down. So the kicking team is on the field. They'll try for 3. Kicks away, and they tack on 3 points. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He really got a hold of that kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. They went for it on 4th down on their last possession and weren't successful.
Well, this offense is going to have to do a better job on this drive. Remember the last time they went for it on 4th down and came up short. Now they get the football back. Let's see how they can do.
That's a great tackle at the 47-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 47. Florida is up 4. Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They'll bring him down right around the 30. From the 30-yard line, it's 1st down. He throws it.
Boy, when you can rely on your tight end to move the chains, you got a big-time advantage over any defense.
Knocked out of bounds at about the 19-yard line.
Call it a loss of 3 yards on the way. That brings up 2nd and 13.
From the 19-yard line, 2nd down.
Mike 8. Mike 8. You're down.
He's tackled at the 10.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Florida holds a 4-point lead. Fires quick out to the receiver, and he can't make the grab.
Less than the intended receiver on the play.
4th down. They're going to go for the easy 3 here. He gets it up, and it's good.
And you got to think they're pretty happy with holding him to a field goal right there.
And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He just drills this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Can this defense play any better? I mean, these guys have a great tradition. They live up to the billing today. Now we're starting to see whether or not this team can get it done. And if they are, then I think the defense should go down to the offensive side of the field, talk to their own offense, and try to get them fired up to go out there and get some more points on the board.
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
It's 2nd down, 5 to go. Ball on the 30. And he's tackled at about the 31.
That's good for a gain of 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
They're one of the loudest crowds in the country, and they are on their feet. And a quick throw. He's taken down at the 40.
Gain of 9 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 40-yard line. 1st down.
Watch 2. Watch 2.
Quick pass. Tackle at the 42. He goes out of bounds at the 47.
Gain of 5 yards. That makes it 3rd and 3.
3rd down again. It's arguably the loudest crowd in the nation, and they are turning it up a notch. And they bring him down for a sack on the play. Florida's going to take their first time out of the half. The punting team's got to give their kickers some time. And this one is a beauty. Room around the corner. He fields it at the 17. He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard line. Well, really a defensive battle going on right now so far, Kirk.
Well, the defenses are flying around the football, doing a good job. I think both offenses are making it a little easier because of their style game plan. I think if I were the offensive coordinator, I'd take a few chances. Be willing to open it up and try to give your quarterback a chance to make a play.
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Florida is up a score. Makes the catch and look out. And they finally push him out at the 42-yard line. From the 42-yard line, 1st down. Quick pass, man open, and he dropped it.
Henderson does the intended receiver. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Mike 8. Mike 8. Go. Mark the score.
Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. He's at the 20. Tackle made at the 13. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 13. Handoff inside. Tackled outside after a nice pickup. And he hits him hard at the 9-yard line.
The way the safety was playing up toward the line of scrimmage shows you what they think of the offense's passing game. Not a lot of respect for it.
It's 3rd down and 5 to go. 9 yards to the goal line. Here's a screen pass. Gets it to the back. Touchdown, Gators.
You got to give each of these guys credit for getting in sync, really fighting to create that touchdown.
And he converts the extra point. They line up to kick this one away. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Their last drive broke down, and they punted. What do they have in store this time out? He steps out right around the 32-yard line.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. He's hit and taken down. Missouri's going to use their first time out of the half here. They'll make the sack. That makes 4 sacks today.
Well, this speed is difficult to defend because you have to try to keep them off balance so they can't use their quickness.
Defense looking for another sack in this 2nd down and long situation. He's under pressure. Looks for his running back. Incomplete.
Great job by the defense at getting after that quarterback. And right now, I think they've got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
The crowd at this stadium, always a factor in a football game. Got a receiver, and he dropped it. Lovett was the intended target on the play. They're going to be forced to punt it away here.
It was a good hold by the defense on 3rd down. Now their punt returner will get a chance to make something happen.
He's taken down at the 39. The Gators are sitting pretty now after getting off of that slow start at the beginning.
Yeah, things were a little sluggish early, but my gosh, these last few series, they just seem to be, at this point, just kind of setting a tone and kind of having their way against this defense.
And as the defense comes back out, you can be sure they're thinking about that score they surrendered the last time around.
So much of the passing game is about the timing between the quarterback and his wide receivers. And right now with this offense, they are in sync, and really the timing and execution is flawless.
Now he tries to buy some time. Quarterback's going to run it, and he's got room to work. And he's taken down around the 46-yard line. They're about 4 yards away here on 3rd down. And he got about 6 on that little scramble. I guess he'll throw this one as far as he can and hope for a miracle. And he can't get away from the pressure. We've played a half of football. The Gators lead 17-3.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. David Pollock here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. Halftime of a game that has been a pass rusher's dream. I lobbied to get the cameras to try to follow these offenses into the locker room. If I had to guess, without benefit of having that camera, I would say that the quarterback is leaning over to the offensive coordinator and going, "Psst, hey, coach, max pro, max protect, all that. I think it'll work."
Yeah, we need some extra guys in to help keep me upright. And, you know, listen, it's always a team thing. I know it sounds silly, but it's not always on the offensive line. I mean, quarterbacks come up to the line of scrimmage, they see the blitz. Receivers need to know when they're hot. They need to get the ball out of his hands in a hurry. So the running backs need to work together to pick up the blitz when it comes. And so it's going to be a team effort, but I definitely think it's more, let's get the ball out of my hand a little bit quicker, get it to the playmaker, some quick screens, some quick tunnel passes. And then when you do take those shots that are slow developing, yeah, how about a little max protect, keep a tight end in the ball game, keep a running back in the block, so I have time to take a shot down the field.
That's going to do it for David and me here in the studio. Time to get you back to the game. Brad and Kirk ready to take you home in the second half.
All right, Reese and David, welcome back, everybody. Just about set to start the second half. Sends it sailing downfield. So now both teams come trotting back out onto the field. They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Brought down at the 23. That looked like a designed run, and they're going to lose about 2 on the play.
That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Second down, about 12 yards to go. Ball on the 23.
Keep 15. Keep 15.
And they make the stop at the 37. Fires quickly, and he's got his man. And down he goes around the 49-yard line. First and 10, ball on the 49. Scrambling around. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. Slides down to the ground. Well, they didn't get the first down, but it was still a pretty good run by the quarterback.
He made a good decision to take off there.
They move the sticks after another first down.
Impressive drive by this offense so far. I really like what they're doing by keeping this defense on their heels and moving the ball downfield.
From the 35-yard line, it's first down. He fights forward to about the 33.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Here's the screen to the wideout. He's at the 20. He's knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. And this play is number 8 on the drive. Here's a run up the gut, but nothing going there.
No gain. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From the 13-yard line, it's second down.
Mike, check 33.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 12.
This is the 10th play of this drive. Go into the end zone. Fires quickly, and he's got his receiver for the touchdown. And he adds the extra point. A 10-play, 75-yard drive, and it's good for 7 points. So our score, 24-3. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Nice kick, plenty of distance. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. The Gators continue to get it done on the defensive side of the football, Kirk.
Yeah, they've done a good job of building this lead and almost determined here to protect it. Let's see if they can hold on here for the rest of the way.
There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. They'll bring him down right around the 26-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
From their own 26-yard line. 2nd down. Pitch out. He's tackled right around the 28-yard line.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Gets out to about the 31. Booming kick. He makes it out to maybe the 39-yard line.
The last time out, they were able to pick up big chunks of yards through the air. You wonder if they'll go back to that same strategy, or will they start to lean a little bit more on their ground game?
Caught, open field, and he tackles him hard at the 45. So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. They'll bring him down for a loss on the play.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. 3rd down.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down. Take 4, take 4.
Steps up. That's a great tackle at the 31-yard line.
Calling a loss of 11 yards. 4th down.
The sack makes this a 4th and very long. He gets it away, and this is a really nice punt. He makes it to the 38-yard line. They couldn't get anything going on that last drive.
Down 2 possessions. This offense has to step up and capitalize on this possession.
Quick strike to the receiver. And he's tackled at the 38-yard line.
Number 33 on the tackle at the 38-yard line. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 38-yard line, it's 2nd down. Looks like he flinched down there on the line.
False start, offense.
That penalty drives them back, and they're shooting themselves in the foot here.
Well, if they can just keep their concentration, they'll avoid situations like that.
Quick throw out to the receiver. He's taken down around the 45-yard line.
I think it was a great play call, and it was very well executed. Any coach would be happy with that kind of outcome on a first or second down play.
Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Tackle right around the 46-yard line. This is a great punt blocking team, and it looks like they're going to try to get to this one. Well, you know the offense would like to generate more than they did on their last possession. And he just gets rid of it. 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 30. Zips it to the tight end. And he's tackled right away. Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers to get downfield a little bit before he throws it.
He's under pressure. Throws incomplete. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
It's away, and it's a booming punt. He's tackled at the 35-yard line. The offense is looking to be a little bit more successful with this drive as they had to punt the ball away the last time they had it.
If they're going to make a comeback in this game, it's going to have to start now. This offense has to get rolling.
Here's a handoff left side. They'll knock him down for a loss. 2-yard loss for the halfback. Second and 13. Ball on the 33. And he almost has the INT. He heaves it deep.
It definitely put them in better field position, and I just have a feeling that they're going to punch it into the end zone on this drive.
So let's see how the defense responds now. It's 1st down and 10. Here's the run right. He's got nowhere to go. Young gets the call. Tackle made at the 29.
That makes it 3rd and 1.
Third down again.
Man left, man left. Four down, four down. Mike, let's go. Hey, Mike's 15.
He's got it with room to run. Touchdown, and it ain't over yet.
Great effort by the wide receiver. And not to take anything away from the quarterback, but the wide receiver made this play.
Boy, that had to be a miscue of some kind or a mental error by the defense. This wide receiver was just too open for there not to be some kind of mistake by the defense. I'm sure the defensive coordinator is going to want to get his defense on the sideline and to make sure everybody's on the same page.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The defense really stepped up to force that 3 and out on the last drive. They hand it off.
Well, give the defense all the credit here. They had that one snuffed out from the start. It could have been an even bigger loss.
Second and 13.
From their own 22-yard line. Second down. Good open field tackle. Fires back to the tailback, but he can't bring it in.
Number 2 was the intended receiver on the play. That brings us 4th and 11.
Everybody up close. It looks like they're coming after this kick. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. And he makes it out to about the 47-yard line. The quarterback is on his way back onto the field, and he led a great drive last time out. And he's taken down at the 39-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
From the 39-yard line, first down. Up the middle for a nice gain.
Gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Runs it right. Nice pickup. And this is still anyone's ball game as we head into the final quarter of play. 24-10, Gators. All right, we're just about set to start action here again in the fourth quarter. Takes it up the middle for a nice run. They're about 4 yards away here on second down. Big play there, and now they're looking at 1st and goal.
That's a gain of 11 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
Throws to the right to his fullback. And they push him out right around the 2-yard line.
Gain of 8 yards.
It's 2nd and goal. 2 yards to the end zone. And he hits him hard at the 1. And this is the 8th play of the drive. One of the top stadiums in the nation. This crowd comes to play themselves. Touchdown, Missouri! The halfback just plowed his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but it wasn't all him. The offensive lineman just pancaked the defense on that one.
And he converts the extra point. They line up to kick this one away. He sends this one deep. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game.
Florida is up 7. He's on the run. Brought down at the 32. Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. And they make the stop around the 33-yard line. And down he goes at about the 31.
Loss of 2 on the play. That makes it 4th and 4.
The defense looks like they're going to send in the cavalry on this one. And this one is a beauty. He makes it out to maybe the 29-yard line. Things aren't tied, but they might as well be. It's this drive that could really dictate the tone for the last quarter. Gives it off. He takes it right side for a good gain.
Gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on second down. Nice run up the middle. Picked up a first down on that carry.
Yeah, a good job up front by the offensive line. They picked up some nice blocks to allow that back to get in there for some extra yardage.
Play action under pressure. They're really fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Not a very smart decision by the quarterback. He had no shot at completing it.
From their own 40-yard line. Second down. Gets to about the 41-yard line. Becoming the 12th man, the crowd is always into it here. Going deep. Leaps, picked off. He's hit and got away, and he is drilled at the 30-yard line. Oh, no, they really didn't need that.
And as a quarterback, you can't give up an interception late in the game. You got to be more careful with the football.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 30-yard line. Florida up 7 points. Run play, and he'll lose yards.
Loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Tackled after a decent pickup. So it's third down now, and they're going to need about 4. And he's level at the 43.
That's a key play to find the open man and keep the drive alive.
He's tackled at about the 45.
Gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 45-yard line. 2nd down. They'll bring him down around the 42-yard line.
3 yards on the play. That brings up 3rd and 12.
Gets it out quickly. He's pushed out of bounds right around the 36-yard line.
6 on the play. 4th down.
Florida is up a score. He punts it away, and it's a great kick. They'll bring him down at the 29-yard line. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. And he just gets rid of it.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard line. 3rd and long here with a vital drive in the 4th quarter, and they need a conversion. They can't hear a thing down there. And he's hit before he can go anywhere. He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard line. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. And he's tackled at the 33-yard line.
Gain of 3 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 33-yard line. It's 2nd down. Just under 3 to go in regulation. Completes it, but he can't shake the defense. A 5-yard gain.
You don't have to go deep every play to be successful. They got 5 yards on the play, and that's always a good gain.
He's into the open field. Tackle at the 50-yard line. And a big run on 3rd down.
Anytime you can move the ball like this, you're putting a lot of pressure on that defense.
1st down, 10 to go. Ball on the 50. Got his man. Can't tack on any yardage. And they get 5 yards from that completion.
The defense here let the halfback roam free for a second, and they were able to connect for a short gain on the play.
He gets out to about the 45-yard line. And once again, they'll come to the line trying to convert on 3rd down. He's taken down at about the 43-yard line.
That brings up 4th and 3.
Check.
In a perfect world, he knocks this kick down inside the 10. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. Even in a game this close, I think it's going to take something very unexpected to change the outcome. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. They try to get a head start there.
False start. Offense.
It's so tough to move the ball forward. Even a 5-yard setback can do damage to a drive.
So the penalty makes it 1st and 15. With a quick throw.
That'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Throws it to the outside. Got it. Complete, and he's out of bounds.
First down.
From their own 38-yard line, it's first down. Over the middle to his tailback. The spike will stop the clock. You expect this every time you're here, and you're never disappointed. This crowd is amazing. He goes downtown. Picked off. That's a great tackle at the 20. And so that's going to do it. Our final score in this one, 24-17, Florida. For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit, this is Brad Nessler saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.